Fellas, let me save you from wasting years of your life chasing confusion. Have you ever sat there wondering why she never calls first? Why you're always the one doing the most, planning, texting, giving, while she just floats? You tell yourself, maybe she's just busy, but deep down you feel it. Something's off. It's that quiet ache in your gut that tells you you're being played. This isn't about hate, it's about clarity. Because in this world, manipulation doesn't come from violence. It comes wrapped in soft words, sweet smiles, and emotional traps. And if you don't recognize those traps early, you'll lose your energy, your focus, and even your sense of purpose. So listen carefully, because today I'm exposing the exact phrases women use, intentionally or not, to drain your time, your energy, and your power. These aren't just words, they're warning signs. Stay till the end, because once you recognize these psychological triggers, you'll stop being a victim of emotional manipulation and start becoming a man who can't be controlled. Let's get into it. Before we start, respect to you. Respect to every man watching this, trying to understand the game instead of just complaining about it. You see, we live in a time where masculine energy is under attack. Society doesn't want strong men. It wants men who doubt themselves, who overgive, who forget that peace is more valuable than validation. But here's the truth. We have a responsibility to each other to protect each other, to transfer real knowledge, not toxic, not bitter, truthful knowledge that saves men from emotional chaos. Because once you see the game for what it is, you can never unsee it. This video isn't about women being the enemy. It's about awareness. Because manipulation only works when you don't see it coming. So let's expose the first trap. Phrase number 1, I'm just really busy right now. You've probably heard this one. It sounds innocent, right? She says she's busy, maybe with work, family, or just life. But here's the truth most men ignore. She's not too busy for you. She's avoiding you while keeping you emotionally available. Let that sink in. When a woman truly values you, she will always make time, even if it's 5 minutes. But when she doesn't, she'll keep you hanging in emotional limbo. She'll text just enough to keep your hopes alive, but never enough to move forward. This is called emotional parking. You're not her man, you're her maybe, and she's keeping you in her orbit so she can draw energy from your attention whenever she feels low. Stop chasing. Mirror her effort. No more, no less. If she texts once, text once. If she disappears, disappear. You don't teach respect by talking, you teach it through absence. Remember, the man who chases loses leverage. The man who withdraws creates mystery, and mystery creates attraction. Phrase number 2, you're such a good friend. Let's be honest. This one hurts because it sounds like a compliment, but it's actually a cage. When she calls you her good friend, she's emotionally friend-zoning you while still enjoying your energy. You become her emotional support system, her backup plan, her free therapist, without ever being her man. And you sit there hoping that maybe one day she'll see you differently. She won't, because she already does. As safe, not strong. Set your intentions early. If you want romance, say it. If she doesn't reciprocate, walk away. Every moment you spend proving yourself to someone who doesn't want you, you're draining the confidence meant for the woman who will. Stop auditioning for people who've already decided your role. You are not the good friend. You are the man who walks away with self-respect intact. Gentlemen, this is the moment most men fail. They think that being nice will earn them love. But in psychology, especially dark psychology, niceness without boundaries equals manipulation bait. A man with no boundaries attracts women who feed on attention, not love. And if that's all you give her, that's all you'll ever be. Phrase number 3, you're too good for me. You've heard this one before. It sounds like humility, but it's usually a quiet exit strategy. When she says, you're too good for me, she's not complimenting you. She's creating distance while making you chase harder. She's saying, you deserve better, while secretly knowing you won't take the hint. And that's the trap, because your ego will whisper, no, I can fix her. I can prove I'm worth it. And right there, you fall into the cycle of proving, chasing, and overgiving. Recognize manipulation when it hides behind softness. Don't try to prove your worth. Protect it. If she thinks you're too good for her, she's probably right. Let her find someone who matches her level. You stay focused on becoming even better. A real woman doesn't run from your value. She rises to meet it. Fellas, if you're starting to see these patterns in your life, pause. Rewind this part if you have to. Because the moment you see the truth, the spell breaks. Once you stop chasing emotional crumbs, you start attracting real loyalty. Stay with me because the next few phrases are even more dangerous. They sound sweet, but they're built to trap you deeper. Let's continue. Let's move deeper into the psychological warfare that most men never see coming. Because after this point, the game isn't about flirting anymore. It's about control. She doesn't have to yell, argue, or demand. All she needs are a few soft words that make you feel needed while she quietly takes your power. Phrase number 4. Can you help me with something? A favor, money, errands. Sounds harmless, right? But listen closely. This one is transactional disguise. A woman who values you will ask for help because she trusts you. A woman who uses you will ask for help because she calculates you. If she only calls when she needs something, a ride, a favor, a quick loan, or someone to talk to, you are not a priority. You're a resource. And here's the cold truth of dark psychology. People don't abuse your kindness, they abuse your lack of boundaries. She's feeding on the energy of your availability. Every time you say, "Sure, no problem," your value drops a little lower in her mind, because the human brain values what it must earn. Learn the power of no. Say it once and watch how fast she disappears. And that's your answer. If she vanishes after a no, you weren't important. You were convenient. Gentlemen, listen. Your time, money, and peace are currencies. Protect them like a king guards his throne. A queen who deserves you will never ask you to sacrifice your dignity for her comfort. Phrase number 5. My ex was so toxic. At first, it sounds like a confession. You think she's being vulnerable, opening up, trusting you. But sometimes, it's bait. You see, she's not telling you about her ex to heal. She's telling you to anchor you emotionally, to make you feel like her savior, her healer, her safe space. But that's not love. That's dependency disguised as intimacy. And while you're busy trying to prove you're not like him, she's conditioning you to ignore her red flags. She pulls you in with sympathy, then slowly uses it to control your emotions. Fix. You are not her therapist. You're not her exorcist for the ghosts of past men. If she can't speak of her past without bitterness, she's not ready for a future with you. Set emotional boundaries. Listen once, but don't be her escape from pain she refuses to face. Because a woman who hasn't healed will bleed on you while calling it love. Amelia, slight edge and voice. Ask yourself right now, are you her partner or her painkiller? Because the difference decides your peace. Phrase number 6. I'm not ready for a relationship, but I love talking to you. You're such a vibe. This one is the modern classic, smooth, harmless, and deadly. She's telling you exactly who she is. She's not ready. But your ego hears the second half. I love talking to you. And that hook keeps you waiting, hoping that maybe one day she'll change her mind. She won't. This is a psychological mechanism called intermittent reinforcement, giving you just enough attention to keep you addicted. It's the same technique casinos use to keep people pulling levers. Sometimes you win a smile, sometimes a laugh, sometimes a call at midnight. But you never win commitment. Fix. Respect your time. Tell her calmly, I don't do half connections. If you're not ready, that's okay, but I am. Then walk away without resentment, because a high-value man doesn't wait for a woman to decide his worth. He creates distance. And that distance forces clarity. If she's real, she'll come back with intent. If she's not, she'll move on to the next emotional donor. Fellas, pause for a second. Ask yourself, how many times have you heard these exact phrases and called them normal? That's how the game works. Manipulation is most dangerous when it sounds reasonable. Stay awake because the next few phrases are where the real psychological manipulation begins. The kind that twists your reality and makes you doubt your own intuition. And when a man starts doubting his intuition, he stops being dangerous. If you've made it this far, you're already different. Most men click away when truth starts hurting. But the ones who stay, they evolve, because awareness is the first step toward power. Let's keep going. Phrase number 7, you're different from other guys. It sounds flattering, doesn't it? Every man wants to hear that he's special. But remember this, every manipulator knows that flattery is the easiest leash. When she tells you you're different from other guys, she's not always complimenting your character. She's conditioning you. She's planting a seed in your mind that says, don't mess this up. Don't be like the others. And suddenly, you start performing. You start proving. You stop being yourself and start becoming who she wants you to be. That's how she controls your behavior without ever raising her voice. It's not manipulation through force. It's manipulation through admiration. Stay grounded. Compliments are fine, but don't lose yourself in them. Be the same man whether she praises you or ignores you. Because true strength isn't about being different from other guys. It's about being consistent, no matter who's watching. Gentlemen, your masculinity doesn't need validation. It needs discipline. Phrase number 8. Why don't you ever do things for me? The audacity. She says it like a question, but it's an accusation. This is guilt-tripping 101. She's trying to flip the dynamic and make you feel like you owe her effort, attention, or even resources, without her giving you anything real in return. She's not asking for love. She's asking for leverage. And once you give in, she learns exactly how to pull your strings next time. Boundaries build respect. Give only when it's mutual. If she gives effort, give it back. If she withholds effort, pull back completely. Reciprocity is the foundation of power, and the absence of it is manipulation. Remember, love without balance is slavery. Amelia, sharper tone. If she ever makes you feel guilty for not giving enough, ask yourself, what exactly has she earned? That question alone exposes everything. Phrase number 9. I didn't mean it like that. Ah, yes. The oldest trick in the psychological playbook, gaslighting. She says something cold, manipulative, or disrespectful. You call it out, and suddenly she plays innocent. I didn't mean it like that. Now you're confused. You start questioning your perception. That's the goal. To make you doubt what you heard, what you saw, and what you felt. Because the moment you doubt your own reality, she can rewrite it. Trust your first reaction. People mean exactly what they say in emotional moments. If it hurt, it was meant to. If it confused you, it was meant to. Hold her accountable calmly without anger. Let her know your boundaries once. If she crosses them again, you leave. Because a man who ignores red flags in the name of peace will eventually lose both. Peace and respect. Phrase, Thuskren. You're always there for me, and I love that. Sounds beautiful, right? But here's the psychological truth. She's praising your loyalty while giving you nothing to be loyal to. That line is breadcrumbing. It's a manipulative compliment designed to keep you emotionally invested while she gives the bare minimum. She's not in love, she's in control. Loyalty should never be one-sided. Pull back. Let her feel the silence. Because silence is the ultimate test of connection. It reveals who reaches out when the benefits stop. If she disappears the moment you stop giving, then she was never there for you. She was there for the attention you provided. Here's the truth, fellas. A woman who truly wants you will never speak in confusion. She won't send mixed signals or half-truths. Her actions and her words will align every time. So if you recognize any of these phrases, don't argue, don't debate, don't explain yourself. Just pull back. Because the moment you stop letting a woman use you is the moment you start attracting women who respect you. The moment you stop chasing validation is the moment you start radiating value. That's the law of masculine energy. Power doesn't chase. Power attracts. So stand tall, Protect your peace and never forget. A woman who truly values you will never confuse you, and a man who knows his worth can never be replaced.